Radar about to be jammed.
The 1980s was a golden era for comedy films, producing some of the most iconic and hilarious movies that remain classics today.
Oh, I'd love to help you, man, but I ain't seen nothing since I stepped on that landmine in Viet Cong back in '72. It was rough, very painful.
You were in Nam? So were we. Where?
I was in, Sang Bang, Dangang.
While opinions on the movies may vary, here are 10 of the top comedy films from that decade.
On our way to California in the morning, the big vacation, the whole family, Wally World.
Wally World, very exciting one.
Clark.
Well, there she is.
Where?
Right here, the wagon.
Dad, this is not the car you ordered.
Number 10. National Lampoon's Vacation, 1983. The film centers on Clark Griswold, an overly optimistic and determined father who wants to give his family the perfect vacation.
Let me tell you, honey, we're taking the whole tribe across country. Believe me, this is your automobile.
Clark, along with his wife Ellen, and their 2 kids, Rusty and Audrey, set off on an ambitious cross-country road trip from Chicago to California. However, the trip quickly turns into a series of increasingly absurd and disastrous events, from car troubles and wrong turns to awkward family reunions.
How much you need? About $52,000.
It's a beloved road trip comedy that follows the misadventures of the Griswold family as they travel across the country to visit the fictional Wally World theme park.
We're closed for 2 weeks to clean and repair America's favorite family fun park.
What? You're from a broken home, of course.
Yeah, we was broke, so what?
You have a history of juvenile arrests, I presume, drug abuse, reform school, state prisons, and all that?
You ain't talking to this guy. I want a lawyer.
Number 9. Trading Places, 1983.
Is there a lawyer in the house?
The story centers on 2 men from completely different walks of life. Louis Winthorpe, a wealthy and arrogant commodities broker.
Pork bellies. I knew it. I knew it.
And Billy Ray Valentine, a street hustler and con artist struggling to get by.
I can see! I can see! I have legs! Oh, shit, look at this! Man! I can walk! Jesus! Praise Jesus!
The plot is set in motion when the wealthy Duke brothers, Randolph and Mortimer Duke, place a wager to settle a debate on nature versus nurture.
Given the right surroundings and encouragement, I'll bet that man could run our company as well as your young Winthorpe.
They prepare a cruel social experiment to switch the lives of Winthorpe and Valentine. They frame Winthorpe for theft and drug possession.
That's PCP, phencyclidine, angel dust. You ever seen what this stuff does to kids?
Leaving him ruined, while elevating Billy Ray to take over Winthorpe's job and luxurious lifestyle.
Jacuzzi, sir. It's a whirlpool bath, sir.
Hey, bubbles, man! Say, man, when I was growing up, we wanted jacuzzi, we had to fart in the tub. This is bad.
As Valentine thrives in the world of finance and Winthorpe struggles on the streets, the 2 men eventually discover the scheme and team up to get revenge on the Duke brothers, ultimately turning the tables in a hilarious and satisfying climax involving the stock market.
Let's kick some ass.
Hello, boys. Nice to see you.
Number 8. The Blues Brothers, 1980. Directed by John Landis, this musical comedy stars John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd as Jake and Elwood Blues, 2 brothers who embark on a chaotic and hilarious mission to save the orphanage they grew up in by putting their blues band back together.
You're marvelous, thank you. I'm Murph, and these are the magic tones. Steve the Colonel Cropper, Donald Duck Dunn, Willie Two Big Hall, and Tom Bones Malone.
After being released from prison, Joliet, Jake Blues reunites with his brother Elwood. They visit the orphanage where they were raised and learn it will be closed unless they can raise
$5,000
to pay its property taxes.
They're not gonna catch us. We're on a mission from God.
Believing they are on a mission from God, the brothers set out to reunite their old band, the Blues Brothers, to raise the money through a concert.
Stand by your man. Give him 2 arms to cling.
Along the way, they encounter a variety of obstacles, including the police,
May I see your license, please?
neo-Nazis, and a mysterious woman who is out for revenge against Jake. Despite the chaos, they press on with their mission, and a legendary car chase through the streets of Chicago, leading to an epic final concert.
You bastard, what did you do to my son?
I am your son, Mom.
Where is my child?
Mom.
Where is my son?
Number 7. Big, 1988. The story follows Josh Baskin, a 12-year-old boy who feels frustrated with the limitations of being a child, especially after he's embarrassed at a carnival for being too short to ride a roller coaster.
Look, why don't you try to kiddie with it?
That night, he makes a wish to be big at a mysterious fortune-telling machine called Zoltar.
I wish I were big. Your wish is granted.
The next morning, Josh wakes up as a 30-year-old man, though mentally, he's still the same kid.
Ready, Josh! Be right there!
With the help of his best friend Billy, Josh navigates the adult world, eventually landing a job at a toy company where his childlike enthusiasm and creativity help him rise through the ranks.
Vice President? He's only been here a week. Vice President?
And he came from data processing.
Along the way, he enters into an adult relationship with his coworker Susan, though his innocence and sense of wonder cause confusion and humor.
I'm not sure we should do this yet.
Do what?
Well, I mean, I like you and I want to spend the night with you.
Do you mean sleep over?
Well, yeah.
As Josh experiences the highs and lows of adult life, he eventually realizes that he misses being a kid, leading to a touching conclusion where he has to choose between staying big or returning to his childhood.
I'm a child.
What?
I don't need them. I get in the elevator, I get in the taxi, I get on a plane, and I'm home. Would you pick them up for me? I'll drive over tomorrow and get them. Great. Have a good holiday. I'll see you in Chicago, John.
You'll never make the city.
Number 6. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, 1987. The film follows Neil Page, a high-strung and easily frustrated marketing executive, who is desperate to get home to Chicago for Thanksgiving.
I know this is your cab, but I'm desperately late for a plane, and I was wondering if I could appeal to your good nature and ask you to let me have it.
I don't have a good nature. Excuse me.
After his flight from New York is cancelled due to bad weather, Neil finds himself stuck with Del Griffith, a well-meaning but overly talkative and clumsy shower curtain ring salesman.
I know you, don't I? I'm usually very good with names, but I'll be damned if I haven't forgotten yours.
You stole my cab.
As they attempt to make their way home through various modes of transportation, planes, trains,
There was smoke. Did he say he saw smoke?
and automobiles, everything that can go wrong does go wrong.
Welcome to Marathon. May I help you?
Yes.
The journey turns into a series of comedic disasters, from missed flights and wrong turns to fires and breakdowns.
I mean, didn't you notice on the plane when you started talking, eventually I started reading the vomit bag? Didn't that give you some sort of clue, like, hey, maybe this guy's not enjoying it?
As the two men struggle to tolerate each other while facing one absurd obstacle after another.
I really think we'd get to where we're going a lot faster if we were alone.
All rise in the presence of Dark Helmet.
Number 5. Spaceballs, 1987. A beloved sci-fi parody directed by Mel Brooks.
I can't breathe in this thing!
The film is a comedic spoof of popular science fiction films, especially Star Wars.
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine!
And features Mel Brooks' signature blend of slapstick, absurdity, and satire.
The radar, sir. It appears to be jammed. Jammed. Raspberry.
The plot revolves around Lone Star, a space adventurer, and his half-man, half-dog sidekick, Barf, as they attempt to rescue Princess Vespa from the evil Dark Helmet.
Lone Star. Lone Star!
And his master, President Scrub.
President Screw!
Ah! I told you never to call me on this wall! This is an unlisted wall!
The film follows their ridiculous adventures, featuring absurd scenarios, slapstick humor, and numerous gags poking fun at the sci-fi genre.
Oh no, not again!
Stop thinking. Let things happen. And be the ball.
Danny? Sir? Where's the wedge?
Number 4. Caddyshack, 1980. A classic sports comedy directed by Harold Ramis. The story revolves around the fictional Bushwood Country Club, where the employees, particularly the young caddies, find themselves at odds with the club's wealthy and eccentric members.
You're drinking too much, Your Excellency.
Excellency, fiddlesticks. My name's Fred, and I'm just a man, same as you are.
You're not a man, you're a bishop, for God's sakes!
The main character is Danny Noonan, a teenage caddy who is trying to earn a college scholarship by working at Bushwood.
I like you, Betty.
That's Danny, sir.
Danny.
To improve his chances, he tries to get in the good graces of the club's uptight and pompous co-founder, Judge Elihu Smales.
I plan to go to law school after I graduated, but, looks like my folks won't have enough money to put me through college.
Well, the world needs ditch diggers, too.
Nice try.
Meanwhile, several subplots add to the chaos. The film culminates in a high-stakes golf match between the elite members and the underdogs, with everything from reputations to fortunes hanging in the balance.
Hey, Judge. Double or nothing, he makes it. 80,000.
What's that, Judge?
You're on, you're on!
Adams.
Here.
Adamley.
Here.
Adamowski. Adamson.
Here.
Adler.
Here.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
Number 3. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986, a classic teen comedy written and directed by John Hughes. The film stars Matthew Broderick as Ferris Bueller, a charming high school student who fakes being sick to take a day off from school and go on an epic adventure around Chicago with his friends. As Ferris, Cameron, and Sloane enjoy their day off, Cameron struggles with his personal issues, especially his strained relationship with his father, who treasures his beloved Ferrari more than his son.
It is his love. It is his passion. It is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
The day off culminates in a series of daring and hilarious escapades, as Ferris must race back home before his parents and Principal Rooney catch him in the act.
That is why I have got to catch him this time. To show these kids that the example he sets is a first-class ticket to nowhere.
It's one of the most iconic and beloved comedies of the 1980s, celebrated for its humor, energy, and unforgettable characters.
Drugs?
Thank you, no, I'm straight.
I meant, are you in here for drugs?
That's why I took my vacation in Beirut, to get her out of my mind, to find some peace. Not gonna be easy. Everywhere I look, something reminds me of her.
Number 2. The Naked Gun, from the Files of Police Squad, 1988, a hilarious slapstick comedy directed by David Zucker.
Police! Throw down your guns!
The story follows Lieutenant Frank Drebin of the police squad.
Lieutenant, the feeling is mutual.
Nice to meet you, too. Cuban?
No. Dutch-Irish. My father was from Wales.
A clueless but determined cop who stumbles his way through a complex case involving an assassination plot against Queen Elizabeth II during her visit to Los Angeles. Drebin uncovers a conspiracy orchestrated by wealthy businessman, Vincent Ludwig, who plans to use mind control to make one of the players in a baseball game assassinate the Queen. As Drebin investigates, he becomes romantically involved with Ludwig's assistant, Jane Spencer.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
Throughout the film, Drebin gets into increasingly ridiculous situations, often causing more harm than good, but somehow managing to inch closer to the truth.
Mr. Drebin, if you have evidence, then use it. If not, I am warning you. Get off my back.
The Naked Gun is still beloved for its clever, goofy humor and remains a classic in the realm of parody films.
I don't want any more trouble like you had last year on the South Side. Understand? That's my policy.
Yes, well, when I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy in the middle of the park in full view of 100 people, I shoot the bastards. That's my policy.
That was a Shakespeare in the Park production of Julius Caesar, you moron.
Prior to revealing our top pick, let's acknowledge a few honorable mentions.
Grenade!
Let's ride!
Before I knew it, she was walking next to me, singing, "Do I did it, did it, do."
You might be better off. Right, that's it. I'm gonna be right outside those doors. The next time I have to come in here, I'm cracking skulls.
I won't deceive you, Mr. Stryker. We're running out of time.
Surely there must be something you can do.
I'm doing everything I can. And stop calling me Shirley.
Number 1. Airplane, 1980, one of the most famous and influential spoof comedies of all time.
Captain, how soon can you land?
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
No, I mean, we can't land for another 2 hours.
The film parodies the disaster movie genre, particularly the 1957 film 0 Hour.
What flying experience have you had?
Well, I was a fighter pilot in the war, but I flew little combat planes with only 1 engine. This has 4. The flying characteristics are completely different. It's a different kind of flying altogether.
And 1970s disaster films like Airport.
Sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
That's right.
The film revolves around a commercial flight that runs into trouble when the crew and many passengers are struck with food poisoning, leaving a former fighter pilot, Ted Stryker, as the only one who can land the plane.
What flying experience have you had?
Oh, I flew single-engine fighters in the Air Force, but this plane has 4 engines. It's an entirely different kind of flying, altogether.
It's an entirely different kind of flying.
Ted, who has a fear of flying due to his traumatic experience in the war, must overcome his anxieties and save the passengers. Along the way, he tries to win back his ex-girlfriend, Elaine Dickinson, who is one of the flight attendants on the plane.
It takes so many things to make love last. Most of all, it takes respect. And I can't live with a man I don't respect.
What a pisser.
The film's rapid-fire jokes,
Donations to the Reverend Moon? Juice for Jesus?
visual
Hey,
gags,
Stryker, how about a break? I'm getting tired.
Yeah, all right. Take 5.
Thanks.
and iconic one-liners.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Even today, the film is celebrated for its innovative humor, with new generations discovering and enjoying its timeless comedy.
Excuse me, we'd like you to have this flower from the Church of Religious Conscience.
Do you agree with our list?
Oh no! What time is it? 7:30.
Which comedy film from the 1980s is your favorite?